Imagine yourself in this situation. You're an average person struggling financially, possibly needing to provide for yourself or others. Maybe you seek a better life with more opportunity and freedom. These are prime examples of reasons behind criminal activities. But are there other factors that fuel these crimes? That causes people to steal, commit violent acts, and other crimes? Welcome to episode 1 of our psychology series on today's talk. I'm your host, Lorelai, and joining me is my co-host, Simha.
Hey, I'm Simha, and let's first talk about personality disorders. Many psychiatrists have found that criminals typically have personality disorders and are connected to violent crimes. According to the University of Texas, in a study, 87.3% of 144 women that did crimes had personality disorders, and 83.3% of 144 men who did crimes had personality disorders.
Now, the next topic we'll be talking about in this segment is on trauma, and basically a lot of studies have showed that childhood trauma can directly correlate to criminal activity, and this trauma includes like children who have been abused mentally or physically, or children who face neglect, or adolescents that come from domestic violence in households. And it makes it so that children have like a higher likely chance to become criminals. This is because a lot of the time when children are young, they get a lot of, they learn a lot of things from, adults around them, from the environments that they grow up in. And so basically these experiences in their childhood set for examples that lead into their adulthood, leading to criminal activities. And so, Simha, do you want to continue with substance abuse?
Sure. So substance abuse. That can be defined as using addictive substances such as drugs and alcohol. This can lead to drunk driving and harming others, which no one really wants because, harming is not good.
Yeah. I completely agree. And like I mentioned in my intro, there are a lot of things that people need for living or wants, like money, food, or adding on to what Simha was talking about substance abuse, the need for more substance or addictive things such as drugs and alcohol. And so that can lead people to, commit crimes for those things, or like Simha said, those things also can cause people to commit crimes. And so that is it for our short segment on criminal psychology. Thank you for listening to today's talk on criminal psychology, and we hope you'll tune into our upcoming episode about the psychological effects in education, where we'll talk about the different aspects of how psychology takes place in an educational environment. From the El Cerrito High School Media Academy, we present this podcast to you from our KECG studios with me, Lorelai, your host.
And me, Simha, your co-host.
Me, Giro, your board operator.
And me, Desmond, as your producer.
Thank you again, and we hope you stay great.
For further reference, these are our sources. The Psychology of Criminal Behavior, Understanding the Mind of Offenders by the University of Texas Permian Basin. And The Mind of a Criminal, a look at psychology of some of history's most famous crooks by Maryville University. Law and Crime by Psychology Today. And finally, The Criminal Mind by American Psychological Association.